review of the report by the technical committee appointed in terms of the Water and Sewer Act by the Minister responsible for water on the direction of the President, His Excellency Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa. Professor Watson Makurira presented a progress report on the 4 major aspects that they were tasked to do. The first one related to increasing water production at the 2 plants, Prince Edward and Morton Jeffrey, to 520 megaliters a day through the provision of chemicals. And this was dependent on them receiving an amount of $1.2 million, which was equivalent to 1 month's supply of chemicals, so that we could, as government, central government, assist the city of Harare. 10 billion Zimbabwe dollars was availed to the city of Harare to go towards procurement of chemicals, and that's equivalent to 1.5, 1.6 million. So that's central government assisting the city of Harare for this emergency cause. The city of Harare has also been able to mobilize its own resources to ensure that they ring-fence even up to 45% of the rates revenue towards the water account. This has enabled an improvement in the generation of water, production of water at Morton Jeffrey. But this was production that had improved there was worsened by the raw water supply challenge at Prince Edward. So they couldn't generate for about 2 or 3 weeks any water, but now the inflows are coming through, so they are able now to commence generation. So we expect that this committee now, it's on a sustained improvement to increase water generation to the 520 megaliters. Harare has also availed an additional 3.1 million towards rehabilitation and other agent works at Morton Jeffrey. So 75 megaliters will be coming per day on stream because of the clarifier that has been sorted out there. We visited as a ministerial committee, and we saw the progress. And there is also another chlorine dioxide plant that is in the works, which will reduce the cost very substantially. When there is an improvement in all this, we expect that we'll be able to, only 1 or 5 pumps is working at the Manyame. Manyame is cleaner water, Chiwero more contaminated. So at some stage, when we have adequate chemicals, we will close Manyame and be able to repair the 4 pumps to ensure that we can get more water there. It's a cleaner source. It will reduce the cost of production very substantially. We discussed the power supply to the power stations by ZESA and the interruptions that may be caused by outages, either through non-payment by Harare or any other. And we said the team chaired by Deputy Ministers Atatos and Mnangagwa will engage with ZESA and be able to come up with a credible plan to ensure sustained power supply, and also to be able to address the legacy issues between Harare City and ZESA. We then looked at how we can increase water supply from 40 to 60%. And the committee indicated that their focus is now increasing the production at Morton Jeffrey, but also the presidential bore drilling program came into sharper focus. The Minister of Health and Childcare highlighted to us that contrary to most views, we should actually not stop bore drilling. We must accelerate the bore drilling program and ensure that we establish reservoirs that we treat with appropriate tablets, so that the 4 pathogens that have been identified can be neutralized. And therefore, this technical committee has now been given an additional task to, as expeditiously as is humanly possible, to look at the emergency areas informed by the water and hygiene situation and informed by the Minister of Health and Childcare, the priority areas for drilling for Harare, for Chitungwiza, for Norton, for Epworth, and for Ruwa. And we will not confine ourselves to that. We also looked at the non-payment of water by residents, which exacerbates this problem. And that a case in point was that Harare has 400,000 consumers, and yet only 200,000 are connected. And there was a long discussion on whether we must accelerate the prepaid smart water metering and the aspects of ensuring that residents pay fairly for what they use. That discussion will continue, and the technical committee will be able to proffer various solutions as to how we can increase and improve the efficiency of collection, which money must be ring-fenced for the water account to go into this. We spoke about sanitation at length, and the interventions that we are going to be doing to assist the various centers, and those the technical committee will announce the prioritization by Friday. We then, of course, spoke about the wastewater treatment, so that, as you know, the Harare water source is contaminated partially because we are discharging raw sewer. So they now have been able to surpass the 50 megaliter per day mark. They are able to treat 63 megaliters per day, but they think they can actually do more. And so this committee is commended for doing this excellent job, a volunteer job by outstanding Zimbabweans. When we are confronted by a challenge, it shows that if we work collectively in a non-partisan manner, our political nature, because cholera, typhoid, and water do not know these boundaries. It means as Zimbabweans we can surmount, we can emerge, and we can conquer, we can surmount. So this is the nature in which we had this discussion. I wanted to stop here and request that the mayor of the city of Harare gives us a vote of thanks on behalf of all of us, after which, do we have vote of thanks, or you want to ask questions? You ask questions already. So I ask the burning question. I don't see you bent. Okay.
So we want to thank the minister, or the ministers here present, Minister Honorable Masuka, Honorable Tarenkwa, Honorable Beshora, Honorable Aritotas, and Honorable Mnangagwa, who has left earlier, for leading the team that is superintending this effort at the direction of the President, whom we would also want to thank for appointing this team. The issues of water are for everyone. They are non-partisan. I would also like to thank my colleagues who are here from the various cities that surround Harare. We have the mayor of Ruwa, we have the mayor of Chitungwiza, we have the chair of Epworth, and we have the mayor of Norton, who have participated in this meeting in a cordial manner, and in a manner that seeks to serve the residents of Harare, or what we call as the Greater Harare area. I'd also like to thank the chair of the committee, Professor H. Makurira. You know, for some of these things we need professors, so that at least people are assured that we know what we are doing. So he gave an excellent report, as alluded to by the minister, Honorable Minister, which report covered the issues that have to be done in the short, medium, and long term as far as water is concerned. I would also like to thank the rest of the members of the technical committee, which is made up of senior government officials and senior council officials, coming and being drawn from various departments. I cannot name them by name because of their number, but we thank them for the effort that they are doing, and the increase that we have seen, and the consistency that this has produced. I know my Twitter account and my WhatsApp is inundated with the residents with particular and singular water problems. We will attend to that, and we are creating a framework that provides sustainability to the water supply, and that also deals with the liquid waste in a sustainable manner. And we are also creeping towards the solid waste in as far as it contributes to the contamination of our water. The Ministry of Health is particularly important because of the advent of cholera, and we want to thank them for the efforts that they've done to mitigate the efforts of cholera in conjunction with our various departments in our city councils. We will also want to thank the various ministries for what they've given and what they've promised to give. They've given us money, they've promised us equipment. The minister assured us that we'll get tractors very soon. Yes, 60 of them to deal with waste collection. And the Minister of Finance, the Deputy Minister, as it were, was very clear that millions will be coming per month. So that kind of effort is commendable. And so, in short, my task was simply to give a vote of thanks. We commit ourselves in our various manifestations to be working together harmoniously towards a common goal to ensure that we save lives and we provide water that is usable, drinkable, and improves the quality of life and the aesthetics of our environment in Harare. And I thank you, the members of the press, for coming in.